All right, what's happening, guys? Match preview for tomorrow night's game in the Champions League. Hopefully, the connection's quite poor here, so you're gonna have to excuse me. Um, Obviously, everything looks all right on my end, but I'm seeing a little symbol there it's saying otherwise. But yeah, it's match preview. Sevilla versus Arsenal in the Champions League match preview. Let's get it. Not gonna be an easy game. Not gonna be an easy game. But let's read into the match preview. So Sevilla are coming into this game off the back of a 1-1 draw against Real Madrid, which is their first game under their new manager. I don't know who their new manager is. I'll read into this anyway. A 1-1 draw against Real Madrid in the Liga last week at the weekend showed Sevilla have the stomach for a fight against football's big hitters, another of whom rose into town here in Arsenal. Sevilla, interestingly, won their only prior home game against the Gunners back in 2007-8 season in the Champions League, part of a respectable home record against English clubs, won 5, drawn 2, lost 3. A mere 4 victories from their last 14 Champions League home matches, drawn 4, lost 6, suggests that building upon that may not be straightforward for a side unbeaten in their last 5 outings at the Ramon Sanchez Stadium. I'm not going to try and pronounce everything. 1, 2, drawn 3. New boss Diego Alonso, whoever that is. I mean, forgive me if I don't know who that is, admitted after the Real Madrid game that he is aware of the size of the challenge that awaits here. But with this in his first ever managerial match in the Champions League, we'll hope to have the beginner's luck on his side. So it's his first ever match in the Champions League. All right. English clubs don't come here and win, right? It's just not something English clubs are good at. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta is only marginally more experienced on the Champions League managerial stage, won 1, lost 1. But he'll know tipping the balance in favour of that win column here will put his side in a strong position to claim a top 2 spot. He'll be expecting a reaction from his players here too after what he described as a below-par performance in Saturday's 2-2 draw at Chelsea, despite the fact they battled from 2-0 down to claim a point. Now, let me just get onto that. Let me just minimize this app for a second. It was a shambles of a performance. Let's not get it twisted. Let's call a spade a spade. The players were shit. The players were shit. These men should be ashamed of themselves that they went to Stamford Bridge and performed like that. So these men better use this game to bounce back. I don't give a shit that Sevilla quite good at their ground against English clubs. I don't give a shit. Right? These men are in Europa League now. This ain't no Europa League thing now. This is Champions League, and we know Sevilla in the Champions League. They're nowhere near the same team as they are in the Europa League. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear none of this. Oh, Sevilla, mate. No, not now. We're coming off the back of a 2-2 draw. Now you go over there, it will even more fire. You know what I mean? I gave Sevilla credit. I said, it's not going to be easy, and they're not. They're not going to be easy. But I'm not going to sit here, even though they are currently European champions. They're the second best team in Europe, right? The Europa League champions. As you can see, the Europa League trophy is right there, right? They dominate the Europa League, yeah. But I am not going to sit here now and turn around and say, well, they've earned the stripes to be in the Champions League. You know what I mean? I said that. But no. We go there and we go get 3 points. No bullshit. No bullshit. Pleasing their manager here may be easier said than done for Arsenal, who have a rotten travelling record away to Spanish opposition. Won 3, drawn 3, lost 11. Jesus Christ. Albeit with the caveat of having not partakers in the Champions League since 2017. The Gunners' last win on road in this competition came in December 2016, and they now risk losing 3 successive Champions League away games for the first time since 2011, with the third game in that run ominously also coming in Spain against Barcelona. So this is the players to watch. But Sevilla's last 5 games, right? Hang on a minute. Let me just go on players that will not play. So for them, they've got a player called Vargas or whatever that won't play, knee injury, and ours is Timber, knee injury, right? Let's go on the last 5 games. So Sevilla have drawn their last 3 games, right? They lost against Barcelona and they beat Almeria, right? That was their last 5 games. 3 draws, a loss, and a win. Our last 5 games drew 2-2 against Chelsea. Beat Man City 1-0. Lost against Lens. Smoked Bournemouth 4-0. Beat Brentford 1-0 in the cup, right? So head-to-head matches, right? Last time we played Sevilla was a friendly at the Emirates, to which we smoked them 6-0. It was the Emirates Cup final in 2022. Before that, we played them in 2017 and we lost 2-1 at the Emirates. Oh, that was the Emirates Cup. Before that was in the Champions League 2008. No. That was a friendly as well. 1-1 draw. 2007, where we lost 3-1 at the ground that we're playing at. Well, yeah. Eduardo scored for us in that game. That's how long ago it was, man. Before that, we drew 1-1 at the Emirates. That was a friendly. I'm looking at the wrong one. Before that, we won 3-0 at the Emirates in 2007. Right? And that's the only times we played them. Well, at least that's the last 5 matches anyway. I don't know. Let me just see if I can see any more down there. No, that's the only times we played them. Played them 4 times. Twice of when it's actually been something serious. So the standings in the Champions League is that we are second in the table, right? A win for Sevilla takes them top, right? With Lens needing to play PSV, who are currently bottom. Lens currently top of the group. So we lose this, right? And if PSV beat Lens, we're bottom. You know what I mean? Like PSV on 1 point, Sevilla on 2 points, Arsenal on 3 points, Lens on 4 points. And I think Lens will beat PSV. This is not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. But I'm telling you right now, right? I'm telling you right now, these players better turn up. Now, let me get onto the individual players from the weekend, right? Ben White did some goofiness with his hair, right? Fam, we know, the thing is, this is what we know, and even Wenger said this. When footballers cut their hair, the form changes for the worst. Adebayor, remember when he cut his hair? When he cut his locks off? Worse a player. You know what I mean? Giroud, worse a player when he started fucking about with his hair. Excuse my language. Didn't want to swear. When players do goofiness with their hair, the form changes. Fernando Torres. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. It's when players sign a new contract and get haircuts, the form changes for the worst. And my brother kept saying, Ben White changing his hair is going to affect his performance. And look how shit he was against Chelsea. You know what I mean? Now, Saliba wasn't great, but I'm not gonna blame him for the handball too much, because what people need to understand, those that are asking why Saliba's hand where it is, those I'm sure everybody that's watching football has played football sometime in their life, right? There's certain movements that you do that you use your arms to kind of leverage yourself, right? And that's all Saliba was doing. His arm was, it's a bit out, but at the same time, with how he's going for the header, you know what I mean? It's a natural thing to just put your arms out like that. Obviously, we know Saliba didn't mean to handball it, but like I said in my match reaction, like, what else was he going to do? Is anybody going to sit here and try and say that Saliba should have gone up with his hands down to his hips? Because if he's saying that, stop the cap. You know what I mean? Gabriel won great again. You know what I mean? Zinchenko. I don't need to say anything about that guy. Tomiyasu came on, and he keeps proving why he should be in the starting 11 right now. Even when he started in the Champions League against Lens, he was the only player that could have walked out of there and say, you know what, I did my bit to the best that I could. You know what I mean? I don't want to see Zinchenko starting this game, but I'm going to get into starting 11 in a minute. I'm just going to criticize. I'm going to get on my foot on the necks of these players right now, right? Odegaard, he's still missing. Don't know where he is. He's still missing. And this is what he does. Norwegian Ozil goes missing. You know what I mean? He's part of the Invisibles. Declan Rice didn't play that great, but he did get us back into the game. You know what I mean? He did get us back into the game. But we've seen better from him. Jorginho. I mean, fake-ass Brazilian. Why he started, I mean, as I said, Arteta's going to die on that hill of playing Chelsea rejects in certain games and everything like that. Martinelli won all that. You know what I mean? Just he flirted with the idea of doing something down the left-hand side, but ultimately came to nothing. Gabriel Jesus, another missing player. Brazilian Danny Welbeck. Saka won all that, but Saka doesn't need to be all that to at least provide us an assist or score. That's one thing that has Saka go under the radar like that when he's playing shit. Is he could play shit, but he can pop out something. You know what I mean? And I suppose that's a good thing, knowing that, you know, if he's having an off day, he can still do something. Because there's a lot of players, if they're playing shit, they're not going to do anything. Odegaard is an example. Nketiah, to me, did more than Jesus in that game against Chelsea. Trossard came on as a super sub. In all fairness, I probably won't even start him in this game, because he'll probably be a super sub in this game if he's not starting. You know what I mean? Smith Rowe, aka Smithy G, came on, tried to do something. Tried to make something happen at least. Kai Havertz came on, and to me, he looked like he wanted to do something. You know what I mean? Another 15 minutes, Kai Havertz probably might have got the winner, in my opinion. When Havertz was on that pitch, despite how much I don't rate him and everything like that, to me, right, he looked more like he wanted to do something than most of the games we've seen him in so far. Apart from the Community Shield, he did look like he wanted to do something in that as well. But you know what I mean? Who else came on? I can't remember who else came on. But let me get on David Raya. We know Arteta has a fetish for playing out the back, and again, he's going to die on that hill as well because he's going to be removed from this job, and he's going to look back and be like, "I told these men to play along. I mean, I told these men not to play along, play out from the back. That's stupid shit." You know what I mean? Look. He's turning into what got Ramsdale benched. You know what I mean? I'm actually starting to feel sorry for Ramsdale now because even though Ramsdale was part of the reason we didn't win the league last season, right? Despite Arteta has a fetish for playing out the back, it's still up to the keepers to not do goofiness. And Ramsdale was still doing goofiness, right? So he did deserve to be swapped out of this team. But then now you're getting David Raya doing the goofiness now. You want him to play out from the back. And now he ends up doing goofiness, being under this pressure. Whereas if you just tell the keepers, get it up the pitch, hoof the ball up the pitch, get it up the pitch. You know what I mean? I don't know who Arteta thinks he is. Somebody needs to tell him, you are not Pep, fam. If anybody can get away with goofiness, it's Pep. Because he has a track record of winning without a striker, winning with 4 centre-backs as his back four. Man won a treble playing 4 centre-backs at centre-back. Well, back four being 4 centre-backs. You know what I mean? Arteta thinks that he can copy goofiness. Pep can get away with goofiness. So like Ferguson could get away with goofiness. You can't. You, Arteta, cannot get away with goofiness. You have not earned your stripes. You have an FA Cup and 2 Community Shields to your name, and you think that you can get goofy. You think you can not play certain players because you feel like it. You know what I mean? Only Pep could get away with having Mahrez score a hat-trick in the FA Cup semi-final and not play him in the final. Pep can get away with that. You fucking can't. You know what I mean? Imagine Saka scoring a hat-trick in a semi-final and then he doesn't play in the final. Do you think Arteta could get away with that? Arteta is not the techers of a manager that could do that. Pep could do that. Pep could comfortably bench a player that scored a hat-trick in the semi-final. He could comfortably bench him in the final. Comfortably. But you'll get other managers that think, I can do the same kind of goofiness. No, you can't. No, you can't. And Arteta's trying some goofiness, and it's not frigging working. Now, people will look at this and be like, you unbeaten, mate. Invincibles are still, mate. Failing to see the bigger picture. Do man think we're going to go throughout the season doing this? Being on this stupid, goofy shit? Do man think this is sustainable? You know what I mean? The game against Chelsea showed us what was the point in beating Man City then? Because the top of the table now. And actually, no, Spurs are playing, I think, right now, I think. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I thought I kicked myself out. I can't open multi-window because my tablet's too hot. And it's charging at the moment. And I see my phone's gonna. No, the Tottenham and well, it should have kicked off by now anyway. It should be kicking off now. It's the 8 o'clock kickoff. So Spurs Spurs will go top if they're winning, and then Man City will be second. But I'm telling you, if and when Arsenal don't succeed at anything this season, right, you have to look at Arteta's goofiness as well as the players. That's what you'd have to look at. But yeah, anyways, I'm done with this match preview. I hope the connection was good, but I don't think it was. I think that I'm probably fuzzing all over the place. There's probably still images of me right now, but I'll have to look it back up. Anyways, like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The links are in the description below. And yeah, stay tuned for my match reaction tomorrow night. And I swear, we better bounce back. Anyways, peace out.